How is it going, everyone? I am going to go over the daily plan that I provided through StockTwits as well as the live market commentary. Thank you for everyone who follows on StockTwits. Hit 400 followers today, and as well 135 subscribers on YouTube. It really does mean a lot if you guys do show your support. Thank you, guys. Alright, so I started the morning off just before 6 a.m. I got to the office. And I said, back from vacation, folks, let's take a look at the overnight TPO so we can begin building our daily plan. We outlined in the week ahead video yesterday what to look for in this overnight session. Surprise, surprise, it happened. Does this chart look foreign to you? Well, if this does, this is what is called a TPO chart, or time price opportunity chart, and it helps us visualize what is going on in the market. So, yesterday I was talking in our week ahead video about, so this was about 10 p.m. last night, and we were peaking. This was the overnight session, or this was the overnight session. We were peaking our head below this pivot level here that we've been speaking about for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe here on the YouTube. And I was saying that watch out if we gain acceptance underneath here. We're likely to run the cash sessions low, and that's what happened. We also had a buy zone that was from a daily plan from, I don't know, I think about 2 weeks ago, but it was never revisited, so I still had it plotted, and that was the low of the overnight session to the tick. I believe I may have posted a picture on here. Let's see. Yeah, so this was the old buy zone. We came down into it and provided originally about a 30-point bounce that we retraced, and slightly before open, I believe it was like around 7 or 8 a.m., we revisited it and provided another 30 points. I don't trade Globex or overnight. I only trade the cash session, so that was no trade for me. But I said here, taking a look at the transacted volume on the 4-hour chart, do we see where buyers and sellers are active? Where are they positioned? Where will their stops be? Does this chart look foreign to you? If it does, I do have pinned to the home of the YouTube channel a quick video on how I read these charts. These are called footprint charts, and they show transacted volume. So I said, do we see where buyers and sellers are? I think we see clear selling imbalance, a little pop on thin tape. What does that mean? A pop on thin tape, more selling balances, but we spoke about this on the YouTube before. This is what a stop run looks like. We know active sellers are here. Get one little quick wick up, thin tape. Thin tape is because this isn't buyers and sellers transacted where we transacting between one another. This is for the most part just these sellers being stopped out. Yeah, so we continue down as all of us should know. We've been downtrending, of course, in the market for the past few days since NFP, and this is what it's looking like on the 4-hour chart, right? So we have consolidation, and in this consolidation we see buyers positioning themselves, sellers positioning themselves. You can see we ran the buyer stops, came up, ran the seller stops, time to go down in the overall trend, extension from the cloud, time catching up to price, back to cloud, and this is what trending looks like, right? We see sellers reactivating over here with this high volume node, thin volume node underneath. What is that? It's these sellers who are selling right here, trying to sell the weekly value area high. They got their stops pop, capitulation right here, this huge node, and we continue down. So hopefully that makes sense to anyone who's new to this approach, but this is how we read it. See how even though this order flow level is old, yep, we spoke about this. So yeah, right at the London lows, came into the pivot, came up, and it was earlier than I thought, around 6 a.m. What was this? Still learning volume profile. Alright, so TPO charts do not have to do with volume. I do have this to the side. This is a volume by price, but TPO charts relate to time, not volume. Time is a very key factor in the markets, and that's something we go through in the intro series, building a basic foundation of TPO footprint. The market logic I abide by, and then of course in our subsequent webinars right now we are expanding on that. Alright, so today's daily plan, very simple as always. We'll be live on mic and sharing screens in the room at 9 a.m. I believe I have a picture of this pulled up. No, of course I don't. Alright, let's zoom in. Oof, that stinks, I'm sorry. Okay, so this was the daily plan, and you see I had 2 sell zones, but no buy zones highlighted. Why is that? Well, I wrote here, and I'll read it because it's pretty blurry, but it says, it should be noted that this area could provide a long after open, but the order flow will have to be monitored live, hence why it's not labeled. And I spoke about this when I was live on mic in the room. Since this is such a key area, this is somewhere where we want to be long underneath, but the reason for being so cautious and not having this labeled is because we already interacted in the buy zone where we wanted to get long originally, and obviously I missed that, so I had to now look for the next best opportunity, which would be if after open, as I was talking about with them, we pulled into this area. We actually opened pretty near it, and we're going to want to monitor our larger time frames, 4-hour, daily charts, and we want to see this on the volume profile. We want to see a B shape, that is an accumulation at the lows, and then we can look for longs, looking at certain tricks on reading our charts, footprint charts, lower time frames, and being able to snipe our entries. And that's exactly what happened, of course. We maintained below here, we ran the low of the overnight, and then provided fantastic entries where myself and 2 other members caught, and funny enough, they both managed their trades a bit better than I did. I took my trade, I think I have a picture of it. I took it off for 5 points. I gave my reasoning why in the room. I do not have a screenshot. One second, I actually think I do. Hold up. Let me pause. Hello. Alright, so I got him. Sorry, I had to crop it a little bit, but I sent my full chart in the room. I was a very quick trade. Obviously, I was in it in 3 different single candle. There's a 1-minute candle, so 3 minutes in the trade. I took mine off at 5 points, as I said. I gave the reasoning why in the room. One of them being I was only filled half size, so just to secure the daily profits. We were talking about in the room as well, doing this for a career, so it's just you'll manage your base hits, and you will get those trades like this where you end up getting 40-point move, and that's where we have where we structure our trades to be able to get runners on, but for the most part securing our daily gains. So where was I? So after the daily plan, this is 14 minutes before open. I said take a look at the daily distribution of the transacted volume, folks. What can you take from this to help you build your bias going into the trading session? So I have this pulled up here, and this is our daily distribution. What do we see? We see buying a balance at the lows, big buying balance, volume node over here. We're trading above it, so we do have a little bit of volume done underwater. I'm sorry if you could hear that machine in the background, but we do have a good amount of volume at the lows. We do have a bid. This obviously was a bid that's supporting our buying area. We don't see a B, we don't see a P, we see a D-shaped profile. So we have our rules and what to expect in D-shaped profiles as we discuss. So telling us what to do at open. And then this was just 2 traders who caught it. One got it from beneath the lows at 83. As you saw my trade, they actually got a better entry than I did. And then another trader, I believe it was at 94. Yeah, he got it. Oh, you could see it's slightly cut off. Took a small trade from 94. So this first trader took it off at 3706 or 3606, sorry, 3606. So they obviously got a nice move out of it. And you can see he's had closed a third at 10-point profit, a third he was leaving for 29, which he ended up getting filled. He moved that order down to 23. Nonetheless, a very good trade. I believe he took a third at 5 points as well. So not only are traders able to learn, we're less than not even 2 weeks from when we launched, but traders are learning how to execute the trades for themselves and what to look for. I've shown before, along with me saying it myself, footprint really does help you save yourself from cuts. What I mean by cuts is entering a trade, whether you're too early or slightly too late. We're waiting for certain things to show up on the footprint that show that the big hands, algos, whatever you want to say, is on your side. And what do I mean by that? Exactly what I'm talking about. B-shape, D-shape profiles, as well on multiple time frames, looking at our smaller time frames, and then obviously, as I said, the market logic I use, and yeah, that's how. And then I use confluence between all my tools and make these daily plans. If you're interested in this style, or you see the edge of my approach, you could go to my website, which is in the description. And yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next recap.